Dennis Schroder has had an insane run in his career with many different teams in the NBA, but it looks like the German basketball player just might leave his current team, the Rockets, soon. It looks like he doesn't want to be represented by an agency anymore. He's an excellent backup point guard and could even be a starter in some games. He's a valuable player to the Rockets, but his journey with them might be ending soon. Let's dive into this and take a closer look.
But first, a reminder about our brand new giveaway. We're giving away a PS5 with a copy of NBA 2022 and Madden 22. All you have to do is watch the full video, leave a like, comment the keyword hidden in the video, and make sure you're subscribed. It's that simple.
First up, who is Dennis Schroder? Schroder is a German basketball player who has gone on to play for multiple teams in the NBA since he joined in 2013. The first team he signed with were the Atlanta Hawks, with whom he played for 5 years, up until 2018. After that, though, Schroder didn't really stay with the team for longer than 2 years, and he went on to play for the Oklahoma City Thunder, Los Angeles Lakers, Boston Celtics, and is currently playing with the Houston Rockets. Unfortunately for him, though, right after he joined the Rockets, he suffered a shoulder injury and sat out the season after March. Schroder also played basketball in Germany for SG Braunschweig before he started his journey in the NBA. He played with them for 3 years before announcing that he wants to join the NBA in 2013. Schroder led his team to victory many times during this period, and everyone in the NBA definitely saw that he could be a very valuable player to them. Next, Schroder's run with the Houston Rockets. Dennis Schroder barely played for 2 months with the Rockets. He was traded with Enes Freedom and Bruno Fernando for Daniel Theis in February of 2022. This midseason trade was chaotic, to say the least. The reason for the trade was mainly because the Rockets needed a salary filler. Everyone sort of knew that he wouldn't stay with the Rockets for long, and his age was a really big factor. He's definitely looking for something long-term, and the Rockets just couldn't give this to him. Unfortunately for him and the Rockets, though, he suffered a really bad shoulder injury after playing only 15 games with them. He definitely made his value known to his team, though, because he was averaging 10.9 points and 5.9 assists, which is better than just good. His shoulder injury in March ended up being a roadblock for him because they ruled him out for the rest of the season. Initially, they planned on extending his contract, but it doesn't look like that right now for a number of reasons. We'll talk more about that in a bit. Right now, it looks like this summer he's going to become a free agent, and fans think it's probably for the best. Now, why Schroder might be better off without the Houston Rockets. Even though Schroder seems like a good fit with the Rockets, it looks like they're heading in different directions. Let's look at why this is the case. The Houston Rockets have more young guards than they need right now, and Schroder is entering his prime at 28. Kevin Porter Jr., Jalen Green, and Josh Christopher have already cemented their place in the team after just 1 season, and right now it looks like there aren't enough minutes to go around, especially while the Rockets are trying to rebuild from the inside. For Schroder to be able to effectively contribute, he'd need some solid playing time on the team, which isn't guaranteed at all right now. Given his age, it looks like he'd want to play for a contender, and the Rockets are really far away from getting to that level at the moment. People are speculating that Schroder would definitely do better in championship-level teams. Despite all of this, it won't be that easy for the Rockets to let Schroder go. In April, the head coach Stephen Silas praised Schroder, saying he's been really good for us. Still, an extension of his contract wasn't confirmed to be on the table yet. He's definitely liked by Rockets executives, but this whole conflict in their interests most probably means that Schroder will find a newer, better team to match his caliber next season. On the other hand, some NBA fans also think that Schroder is just a role player and that he won't be able to perform well in championship-level teams. But at this point, who knows? Things just might change for him. Next, Schroder rumored to leave the Rockets in free agency. Dennis Schroder is one of the best point guards in the NBA right now, along with being a great finisher and a solid defender on guards. Like we saw before, Schroder hasn't really stayed with a team for too long, and it looks like it'll be the same with the Rockets, who he's barely been with for a season. The team is also going through a rebuild, which is always a tricky situation because there are just so many things to keep in mind when selecting new players and trading and everything else. According to one of the reporters at The Atlantic, he's going to have a new home next season because there's a real need to clear minutes for the newer players right now. This focus on newer players is clearly putting Schroder at a disadvantage because he's just not going to get enough playing time. Schroder's free agency is rumored in summer of 2022, and it's clear he's going to be moving on for the better. He's in his prime and could join some really amazing teams. Just a few months ago, the Lakers were interested in bringing him back as a backup point guard. Schroder also thought the Boston Celtics might be interested in him, but there's still no news on this. He might also go back to Germany, since Germany NT seems to be looking forward to Schroder's free agency for the summer games. Either way, things are looking up for Schroder, and he's definitely not stopping anytime soon. Now, in other news, Irving is staying with the Nets. Just as things were seeming to go from bad to worse for the Brooklyn Nets, Kyrie choosing to opt into his $37 million player option changed everything. Initially, many thought it was over for Brooklyn and that both Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving would be on their way out. All the signs were pointing towards Kyrie opting out of his player option in the beginning. This would, of course, prompt Durant to want to leave as well. This whole situation could have spiraled out of control for the Brooklyn Nets, but because Kyrie opted for his player option, and now it looks like there's a glimmer of hope for them right now. Ben Simmons will also be playing his first season with the Nets. This whole thing could have been disastrous for the Nets, but thankfully, it didn't last very long, and now the Nets fans can finally breathe. Next, John Wall bought out by the Rockets. It seems that the Rockets are making some big moves during their current rebuild. John Wall has just been bought out by them and is now expected to sign with the Clippers, after he clears his waivers, of course. Wall, once a premier point guard in the league, hasn't been able to make his mark for 3 years due to a season-ending heel injury in 2019. He also tore his Achilles after this, and it looked like the future was bleak for him. Missing a full season is a huge deal, and fans are really concerned and upset because he only played 113 games in the past 5 seasons. Critics were concerned about him bouncing back. He sure did. Wall made his comeback and played for the Rockets in 2021, but they decided not to have him in the 2022 season. This was probably because they wanted their younger stars to develop, with the rebuild and all. Only time will tell, but Wall may be able to reignite his career with the Clippers and help Kawhi Leonard and Paul George in their quest for a championship. Up next, Jabari Smith Jr. joins the Rockets. Even though the 19-year-old was expected to be Orlando Magic's #1 pick, the Houston Rockets ended up signing him. Even Smith himself said that he'd be surprised if Orlando Magic didn't take him, but it looks like he'll fit in just right with the Rockets. With their rebuild, they're focusing on younger players, and this definitely gives him an advantage. With his size and shooting ability, he's definitely going to shine with the Rockets. Smith was selected as the #3 pick, with Banchero being the #1. People definitely think he's the best player from the draft, and this is a great advantage for the Rockets right now. Everyone's already starting to draw comparisons with Durant because his upside could look exactly like Durant's, especially after he fully develops in the NBA. Jabari Smith will also be starting for the Rockets and will get a lot of individual playing time. Even though he's solidified his minutes right now, he still needs a supporting cast around him, and the Rockets have a lot of young talent for this. Things really seem to be looking up for Smith, and it's just the beginning of his career. That's a wrap for this video. What do you think of Schroder leaving the Rockets? Do you think free agency is his best bet for now? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.